All right, welcome back to Treehouse Tarot Air Signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I'm going to be doing your 3-month outlook today. This will be for January, February, March, basically for 2022. We'll start with the full moon that just passed or before Christmas, and we'll work our way towards the full moon at the end of March. I want to show you my griffin foot that I pulled out of the squid beak in my yard, the Siamese squid beak. If you want more information on what I've been doing while I have not been doing your reads, check out my Instagram page at Jen Insight, and you can see all the treasures that I've been pulling out of magic in my yard, magic that you can touch and feel over at Jen Insight. If you just want to stick with the tarot, that's at treehouse_tarot. And let's get my air signs 3-month outlook, please and thank you. Well, it looks like on this last full moon, air signs, you were kind of keeping a secret. Maybe you were aware of some things going on behind the scenes on this last full moon before the holidays, where it was your best move to stay silent, to kind of bide your time and, just take everything in and not make any kind of moves or any kind of decisions, not let anybody know what you were thinking. That High Priestess card is that real deep self-preservation kind of instinct, where when a person understands that someone close to them is trying to keep a secret, they kind of go into an inside mode. And so this was maybe your energy here for the last full moon. Again, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but the goal is to strike the chord that resonates broadly. Let me get some more information, please and thank you, about what was going on for my air signs on this last full moon. We'll get highlights here, guys, of the full moon energies. That's when people's emotions are really getting tugged up and making imprints in the matrix that surrounds their consciousness. So again, let's see what was going on, please and thank you, for my air sign on this last full moon with the High Priestess as the guiding force. It could have been that you were sworn to secrecy, or it was a moment of silence. Oh, well, it looks like somebody's been kind of like an undercover agent here with the Hermit reverse. That's where someone is clearly hiding their intentions or hiding what they're doing because they know that their peer group would not accept it. It seems like it was a bit of a resurrection for this person. It could be that it was all about a sexual conquest or a family affair. It could be that you're dealing with a person who is an artist, air signs. And so what happens here is that as soon as the High Priestess is aware that someone is like a double agent here, is playing two sides, right? What happened here, it looks like it was a bit of a mental resurrection for you, air sign, where you were able to set yourself free because it looks like you've been honest, or you could be honest in this situation. Honesty would be the upper hand with this kind of actor, right? And if it's all about fertility, if it's all about giving it to somebody raw, if it's all about allowing yourself to have options, things that motivate you creatively, different dreams that you're still pursuing, then honesty is the best policy. And you probably exposed your hand, showed your hand to God, at least, right, with the High Priestess card. That's where you clear what you've been doing with your source, so that you know that you'll be fine. Now, coming up here on the new moon, in the middle of January here, you have the Hangman card, which is the greater picture asking you to take a new position and open your mind a little bit. What you'll find out here, air sign, the next 2 weeks is that there has been a shield up. No doubt this person has been blocking what they're doing. The shield is because they're unwinding a long-term emotional strategy that didn't work for them. And it's a long series of unwinding. This could be you, air sign, in the next couple weeks, where you're going to understand how frustrating it is to use your mind to unbend emotional ties. Someone here is a man who's been restricting what he's really passionate about. He's either been experienced some kind of sexual trauma or some kind of weird sexual activity that's making him keep his mouth shut now, or he may have been raped as a child or something like this, where he's not going to be able to participate in a happy relationship because he's going to be hiding something. It could just be that there was some kind of dangerous deal made. And so that person is not going to be able to have any kind of real family, any kind of real love, at least not in the public eye. If this person is a true double agent, with a serious mission, then in the next 2 weeks, air sign, what you're going to understand is that you're not going to be able to understand that. You're not going to be able to understand their true intentions. Not with these cards. This is deep restriction. This is deep self-restriction with a shield up to protect the innocent, I'm sure. And so in 2 weeks or so, you'll be taking a brand new position. Let me get the transient energies. The new position is going to require you to look at things differently, air signs. To not poke and prod, maybe, into a situation that is screaming at you that you can walk away from it. And if this is you feeling like you got to restrict yourself, air sign, come see me. $5, $10. We can get down to the bottom of this, set you free, so that you can take a new position, so that you don't have to be burdened anymore by these old demons. This is old demon work here. So middle of January, you'll be taking a new position. And what's happening is someone is breaking a contract. Someone is breaking a commitment they've had, a lease, a marriage, an educational path, some kind of commitment that looked good to them. But now, air sign, this person or you might be seeing that really there was a lot of manipulation going on. And so the best thing to do when you notice manipulation or chaos is purposeful, right? Because this kind of light, this kind of strength of spirit, air sign, is going to dissolve the abyss, okay? But you're going to have to break a contract. I mean, that's going to be the practical magic for you, is to break a contract where you know that there's manipulation. And that looks to be the new position that you'll be taking. Coming into the full moon here by the end of January, you got your guard up here about something. There's going to be some kind of intellectual argument. That Five of Swords, though, listen, this is the kind of fight where a person who's normally honest will lie to win it. The only position of power here is to recognize this as a temporary argumentative energy. It's all mental. It could be just inside your head, and then you're reflecting it in your relationships around you, air sign. The only way to win this is to walk away. That way you disarm the opposition. Let me get some more information, because you got your guard up like somebody just wants to keep arguing with you. And the thing about the fives is they got to flip. They're temporary by nature. Yeah, because someone here is in love, and it's the truth. And it's owed to them. You got your guard up here at the end. One more. All right. You got your guard up here, air sign, at the end of January. It's the feeling of a wounded warrior. It's the feeling of a person who is afraid to make a move because in the past there's been a lot of manipulation, clearly, right? And it looks like breaking a contract is leaving you feeling like you got to be guarded from some kind of ongoing circular argument where you've realized by now that the opposition force just wants to waste your time and then act like a victor. They're not really trying to ever be right. They're just trying to waste your time in a circular argument. This card can flip up or down. Okay, it must flip. It's a temporary energy. To flip up is going to be where you can transition, using your brain, transition through an emotional abyss into emotional clear water. Okay, that would be the upside, is if you can walk away from this into a new kind of thinking circle that will let your heart move forward. The downward flip on this is where you just go back to your corner, right, and reorganize your thoughts and try to plan a new way to win this fight the next time it happens. You see, that's almost a powerless position, but you can make a day-to-day with that. But what's happening under this full moon here is that you got two aces, air sign. You got God handing you love and your destiny. This is an opportunity coming to you on the full moon at the end of January, air sign. You might be hesitant to explore it, but this is an opportunity coming to you from God that is going to let you invest both your heart and your mind in the same, if not in the same place, at the same time. It's going to give you two valuable outlets that need a new beginning for you, air sign. And it's coming to you. That's probably why someone wants to argue with you, because it seems like there's been clear thwarting, clear enemy thinking around you, and it's been coming to you in the form of jealous messages or hateful messages or people who you need to keep blocking, and when you block them, then they get a new avatar, then you block them and they get a new avatar. You're guarded because of this going on in the back of your mind, I think. I think that there have been some people by the end of January that you've had to block because their thoughts are intentionally against what you want, and you're getting handed again. That's 11, right? That looks good, right? Okay, so take this, air sign. By the end of January, take this. Let's get the transitional energies. Go into the new moon, middle of February. There has been in your relationships, maybe professional relationships, air sign, yeah, Tower reversed. You might be afraid going into the beginning of February. You might be trying something new with an old person where there had been exploitation. You might be used to exploitation. There is an ongoing existing fear here for you, air sign, going into the middle of February, that somebody in your contact list, somebody that you have invested in, somebody that you have depended on, is now in a distrustful position, has now tried to turn what was trusting and open and friend into enemy, right? They've tried to become frenemy. That's what this is. It's kind of passive aggressive. It's like we're not ever really going to hash it out. We're just always going to walk on eggshells. Okay, this is your energy for the first couple weeks of February. And in that new moon in February, and new moons can be a little funky because people try to play like they're not affected by anything. But it's only 2 weeks away from a big emotional outburst than normally. You're going to see here, air sign, that this is the new moon in February. There has been a situation where someone has been setting someone up to always take the fail, to always take the blame, to always take the injury, to always be a scapegoat. And it's like maybe your brothers, maybe your sisters, maybe you're coming from the same place, but there has been a clear, uneven playing field here mentally. And this again is that like tension in the air. You could use your higher mind, air sign, and say that this is just a fear, and as long as you fear it, it will always be right under the surface of your reality. That's a good way to look at it, because then you can stop being afraid, and you can clear up the imbalance here. But this is the new moon of February. And what happens in the full moon at the end of February is some kind of evil masculine energy comes into play. So let me get the transitional energies. Again, air sign, it's up to you to not fear. Yeah, there's going to be a situation second half of February, air sign, it's going to bring tears to your eyes because someone has made a choice, and that means that they're